12-minute EMOM from week 1. EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. So for this workout, we're going to perform a set amount of repetitions on each minute. But what makes this workout a little more complex is that on the even minutes, you're going to have one movement, and on the odd minutes, you're going to have another movement. But to get more detail, you can read the description in the workout that's posted on Trainer Eyes. For now, we're going to go over the movements. We have a kettlebell swing and a sit-up. So the kettlebell swing is a little bit more complex. If you've never done it before, make sure you practice this a lot before you start and really pay attention to what I'm going to go over right now. So we're going to start with the kettlebell. I'm hoping you all have something that's 20 pounds or heavier. And we're going to start with it right in front of our toes. And when we pick it up, we always want to pick it up this way. We want to shift our hips back like our butt wants to touch a wall. Okay, our chest stays up and our knees are just soft. They're not bending. Now, we're going to make sure that our back doesn't round as we reach for it, that our just knees bend a little bit. My back doesn't round, stays nice and tight, and I pick it up, we deadlift it up. Now, our first position to get into is going to be to, again, push our butt back and knees just softly bent, and then to use our lats or our muscles in our back to bring our wrists into our inner thighs. So my wrists and forearms are touching my inner thighs. And from here, we're going to straighten our legs, squeeze our butt, and propel the kettlebell forward. So I straighten and propel the kettlebell forward, making sure that my chest stays up and my core is nice and tight and doesn't deviate from its position. Now, we want to make sure that when we're doing this, we're not thinking of it as a strict frontal raise. This would be a strict raise. We'd use our shoulders and we'd raise it up. That's not what we want to do at all. We really want to think about this movement as using our hamstrings, our glutes, and our core is tight. So think about this as a leg exercise. So again, we deadlift it up. I bend, push my butt back, and then I squeeze my cheeks, straightening my legs hard, keeping my gaze forward. Now for beginners, you can keep it up to shoulder height or forehead height, and if you're more experienced, you can go overhead, all the way over so that my arms are in line with my ears. And we want to make sure that when we do go overhead, we're not popping our butt back and arching, but we're keeping everything nice and tight. So again, that movement's a little more complex. Make sure you practice and that you're really feeling it in your glutes and hamstrings, not in your quads. We never want to do this movement from here. Okay, this is a squat position. We want to make sure our butt is back, and we never want to do this movement like this. That's just horrible. So look in a mirror, make sure you're doing it right. I know I'm a little out of breath. So we're going to do the next movement is a sit-up. We're going to do sit-ups a little differently than you might be accustomed to, but we're going to start with our heels in line with our cheeks, all the way down, hands overhead, and chin tucked in to our chest. So our first movement is we're going to take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we're going to throw our arms forward and sit up on our butt. Tap my shoelaces and roll back down. Exhale, up, tap my shoelaces. Tap my shoelaces. So we're using our arms to help us to get up into this big sit-up position. Our arms allow us to do this movement faster, and it gives us a little bit extra help. In this workout, you guys are going to have to do a lot of sit-ups in a really short amount of time, so having the arms there to help propel us forward is really important. We want to make sure that when we're on the ground too, that we're using our abdominals and not arching our back too much. So we never want to come down here and have this huge hole. So when we come back down, I make sure that I take my butt and I squeeze my cheeks and tuck under so that my back is connected to the mat. And then I throw my arms. So every time when I'm down here, I never let this happen, okay? That's also going to give you some back pain, so we don't want that. So those are your two movements for your EMOM. If you have further questions, you can refer back to the description on Trainer Eyes.